Oops. I made a mistake when I was talking about I called the rain. Oh, yeah. And I made a mistake and started the video up all over again. So I lost the footage. So if you want to see the first part, then you need to go to the Wisdom Wish channel. But what I was saying is that once I hit sort of like menopause, because I think that's what it is at this point, that's when I began to call down the rain. That's when it started shocking me that I could do certain things without much effort and they will happen. So that's when I saw some supernatural changes, you know what I'm saying? In my work. So I'm just gonna make this a part 2 to the Wisdom Wish channel. So now this is just for me. I can't speak for everyone else because it could be someone who is menstruating that got far more power than I do in certain areas or whatever. I don't know, that's younger than me. I can't speak. I'm just only talking about myself personally. And there can be some people older than me that can't quite do what I do. Of course, it's different for everybody. What you do, I might not be able to do it. What I do, you won't be able to do it. So, witches, when you're young, you gotta be patient. You'll get there. I no sense in rushing now. You're gonna get there. Take your time. Especially when you got children raised. Enjoy your moments with your kids. Protect them. Ain't no need in trying to get him overnight. You ain't missing out on that. So, one other thing. What makes the power strong? Less menstruating to no menstruation. And no climaxes. You cannot come. Okay. I do not come. I do not try to come. I am not sexually active. I am not allowing any, I'm not going to give off any energy. Because when you have sex, you are surrendering your energy, whatever supernatural gifts or powers you have, into a person, which in turn is fed to an entity. I will not come. Yes, that's what separates you from your power. Surrendering that energy. And yes, the matrix do feed from that. And you open up your soul and you expel and inhale forces in. So that's why they say the father, the priest, and the nun is not to have sex, because they're supposed to be using that energy, that power for God, whatever, you know, entity they serve. They're supposed to be preserving that. That's very powerful. Did y'all see that? So, let's do a challenge. No climax challenge. Yep. They don't want y'all to do that. Preserve that energy for your deity. Mine is Oya. I preserve mine for her. And when you do that, they will show you favor. Y'all can't do that. I know what y'all saying, Mama. It's easy for you to do that. You 50 years old. 50-year-olds have sex too now. Okay. That's the challenge. Yeah. That fall was crazy. That was some crazy stuff, honey. That was a plague in that shit, man. There ain't no food. People were reporting seeing like a ring around the moon. Some crazy shit, man. And folks can't come up with an explanation as to what's going on with all of this because they won't tell us what it is. It's December 3rd, 2017. It was warm today in the 70s. But Tuesday night, it's going to rain for a few minutes just to get back cold. You know I blew your cover. It'd be good if the people who do this mess could hear me talking about it. I wouldn't be surprised if they watch because they know I'm an oracle. You can see it all day long. People keep telling me I'm a healer. You're a healer. You're a healer, Mama. You're a healer. And I want to talk to y'all about that. I'm going to do a part 3 on the healer. And how she can protect herself. He or she. Okay? That was a plague. That was a fall plague. That was out in the atmosphere. December the 2nd, 2017. They're looking for a lot of us to check the fuck out. Wasn't nothing but sickness. That's why the moon was looking all crazy and strange and weird. Watch out. Watch over your people, especially your children. Really, we shouldn't be out in the night air. I was out there. Still haven't about the night air. My mom used to say that night air is poisonous. She's right. I used to think it was crazy. They poison the night air. Okay. I was trying to see 5, 6. I gotta put 6 of them out. How many towels I got to put out. I went out and got some Christmas towels to put out today. I thought those was cute and put these out for Christmas because the ones y'all was looking at me standing in front of the Thanksgiving one, so I had to go out and get these. I'm going to hang these up on the little knobs and stuff in the kitchen, you know, for the Christmas holidays. We had a wonderful time Thanksgiving. It just didn't last long. My kids came down. Kenya had another outburst, so we had to deal with that because she's an energy extractor. She have to have her energy. She have to get it popping because she plays a role in feeding the matrix. So we had that going on, and but we just had an amazing time. How was y'all's gathering? I don't say Thanksgiving. We'll just say the gathering. It's the time of the year where we get that time off from the plantation. And, you know, just so we can chill with our family. You know what I'm saying? We got to have some time with our families. And a lot of y'all, when y'all young, y'all don't understand that a lot of us older parents, you know, when our children get some time off from the plantation, we look forward to that time so that we can spend that time with our children, you know. So it's not necessarily that we are celebrating a horrific event like Thanksgiving. It's the fact that this is the time to get together. So are we celebrating Thanksgiving in the context of what, you know, most are angry about? No, we're just celebrating a celebration of family. I remember an older man told me that, and I was like, that's when I was rebelling back in 2009. I was like, he was like, yeah, how was your Thanksgiving? I don't celebrate Thanksgiving because it was a horrible time of the year. And he was like, baby, but you're not understanding. It's just all about family. That's all. See, so it took me some time as I started growing, and I see my children less because they're still in Birmingham, living there and working full-time jobs. So when I do see them, I am just elated, you know. So that's what we're really celebrating. We're celebrating family. Can you understand that? Is that understandable? So I think I was talking about sharpening up your supernatural powers. To get your supernatural powers sharpened up, you have to pay attention to fine details. All the way down to the point where you got questions, you can't get answers from the people around you. Spirit will send a complete stranger to you and let you know what's going on. And they're going to be speaking in codes, but you got to listen. Dead water, y'all. I'm drinking dead water. Water that moves is alive because it can go and get the minerals and vitamins for you. Water that is in a bottle is dead. And you wonder why people are dehydrated and why people don't look well. Like, oh gosh, you look like you're dry. This does not hydrate you. It replaced the liquid, but not all of the minerals like potassium, calcium, and any other fine trace minerals and stuff that, you know, moving water will get. Y'all hear my little bell shoes? I'm gonna let y'all see them. Aren't they cute? I got these today. The elf, the trolls, the leprechauns are definitely a part of my life. You know, they are very, very magical beings, and so I have elves all over the place, and leprechauns and stuff like that all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at this right here. So that's why y'all hear this little bell. I just want y'all to hear it. Look at that. Come with me and you'll see a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll see my creation. If you want to view paradise, take another look and you will. I'm going to sing that song, but I need the lyrics. Look at that. That is so pretty. Isn't that purple beautiful? And look at his beautiful red. I was about to say his beautiful. I meant to say look at his beautiful red hat and his beautiful blue eyes and his curly blonde hair and his beautiful purple jacket. And somebody gave me some fun facts, said that Charlie was actually supposed to have been a black boy, and they talked him out of it. I mean, that's somebody told me that, so I don't know how true that is. Pardon me if it's not true. Gene Wilder is... This is not Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder was his wife. Yes, this is Gene Wilder. He is now deceased. I'm going to watch this, y'all. I love this movie. I got about 3 or 4 copies. It was $3, so I got it. Why, I don't know. If you already got 4 copies, why do you need another one? I just said, well, let me get another copy just in case I lose the other 3. There's some other things that I need to get a copy of, but I'm not going to say anything because I know there are far more people that watch me than YouTube give me views for, you know, credit for. I know because I remember the lanterns when I couldn't even find a lantern anywhere. As soon as I announced, go ahead and get your lanterns, they were just all gone. And I think I can do an experiment where I can say go and get a certain product and I go in there and they're gone. they will be gone. I talked to a man that was definitely, he was a magi. He was a magi. I talked to him in the grocery store, and he just came straight out and said, "You're Medusa." And I was like, "What?" I said, "I always say I'm Medusa." He said, "You're Medusa." He said, "I'm not talking about because you're dreadlocked." He said, "I'm talking about you possess the qualities of Medusa." And I was like, "I don't get it. What do you mean?" He said, "Just study yourself." And I had to just really just sit down with that and think about what was what. And he was like, the Medusa that they teach you is not necessarily the true Medusa. And no, Perseus did not get her head. She still lives. All of that, he said, is lies. And I was like, oh, wow. I was very interested. He said, yeah. He said because Medusa was definitely someone that you just wouldn't be able to lay eyes on, because to look at her would just get you correct. And I was like, never thought about it like that. He said, so they demonized Medusa. I like the version of Medusa, and you could view this video online. There is a gentleman that explains her to be an African queen. Medusa was an African queen in actuality, and it has been and you know, like I say, you know, I think we all, no matter who we are, what walk of life we walk, we can choose to believe what we want to believe. But you know, who do I believe she was? I do believe that those were not snakes. I believe those were dreadlocks. They were dreaded dreadlocks, and I think they were kind of like all over her head, just crazy some kind of a way. And the fact that she didn't care anything, as the man described the whole situation to me, she didn't care anything about aesthetics like lipsticks, makeups, and she cared not about that. And she allowed her hair to do whatever it did, and she really didn't care whether a man found her attractive or not. And it got to the point, the fact that she, like, not that she let herself go, but the fact that, you know, it was no longer her concern what, you know, the world thought of her appearance without makeup, without, you know, grooming her hair or wearing the latest. You know, it was no longer her concern. And the fact that it was so disgraceful to a man that she showed herself in that light is what caused him to just develop this this feeling of wanting to regurgitate when he saw her. You know, that is the actual meaning of, oh, she turned, you know, people into stone, men into stone at that, you know, because she was very powerful. And do I believe Perseus actually owned her head? Perseus wanted it, but he never got it. They had to put that little twist at the end to make it look as if though they conquered an African queen, but they did not, because she lives on in me. So, man, I was looking at Athenia, and Athenia, which would have been the priestess that actually that Medusa actually practiced under. Athenia reminds me a lot of Oya, her qualities. See, a lot of this is borrowed from these, you know, practices of Voodoo and Ifa. It's borrowed. And look at all of the qualities of Athenia and all of the qualities of Oya. They kind of align themselves the same. One difference that I saw in Athenia was the owl. But even Oya possessed the bird. And all of those are definitely me. You know, I had a few days ago, I mean, a a couple of months ago, I had owls speaking to me, and oh, and I was like, what? And I heard them again, and I will forever, when I hear that, I will forever have a better meaning and understanding of things to come. I'm a young witch. Honestly, I'm a very young witch. A lot of people think, oh, she's an old crone witch. No, I think an old crone witch, once again, is well into her 60s and 70s. She's further up there, baby. All she got to do is command and put her finger out there. So, you know, if you are younger than them 60s and 70s, don't tell me you can throw your finger out there and do that too, because it's not true. It's not true. You got to be up there in age, man. And you can't get there overnight because you had a difficult life. It takes curing to get there. You have to cure year by year to get there. So anyways, I think that's gonna end this video. But like I say, you know, if you want to be a powerful witch, you just can't come. You need to save that energy. And I want you to do research to see how to save it and what to do with what you're saving. And when you lose it, or when you lose something, learn how to replace it with something. The man told me, I still got some time, excuse me. Y'all can let me burp now. Y'all give me that moment now. Y'all know I just drank up a bottle of Niagara water. I was told by this same gentleman, which I have been a little bit hard-headed, that, you know, my locks need to be covered when I go into certain places, like places where there's a lot of despair, you know, a lot of people that may be having a difficult life, like in the hood. He said, keep your dreads locked because you pick up energy on the dreads, and you take that information within you in your crown chakra. And he said you need to keep those covered. And he said never allow yourself to go in a place where there are people who may be ill. Go into those places with nothing on your stomach. Now that's a lot to learn, because I never ever knew that. I know my mom used to say, don't you go nowhere without nothing on your stomach. Don't go nowhere without anything on your stomach. Because I was telling him, I said, I tend to look at people, and like I talked about the lady with the sores on her face. I saw a lady with a sore here on her. It was just all over her face, and then looked like something popped up here on my head. And then I started itching, like soles and stuff popping out on me. I just got to just itching and everything. And it's just like, oh gosh, these are my favorite pants, and they got a hole in it, y'all. And you know, and he said you can't go nowhere with nothing if you don't do nothing but have you a little snack or something like that, or a piece of fruit. Have something on your stomach, because you absorb all of it in your stomach, and you put the energy of sympathy out that heals. He said you definitely don't go in no doctor's office or a hospital with nothing on your stomach. He said because you can reap a retaliation if someone in that hospital get healed. And I was like, dang, I didn't know all of this stuff. He said, you got to realize for every 5 people that is visiting a sick person, at least 3 of those people want that person to die. Damn. And he said, if they don't, if you heal them, will reap retaliation. So now there are some healers out there. You know who you are. You Reiki healers. Protect your energy, because your presence, whether you lay eyes on the sick or the afflicted or not, just your presence, your energy in those vicinities can heal. And you got to be careful who you heal. And that's hard. That's why I had to stop calling out on the rain. Because it kept raining and raining. I was just invoking the rain. And it got up to my knees. So I don't dare mess with that, because you can't control how much you give. And even that as to healing, it's like, am I going to have to go out in public with a veil over my eyes or something? I mean, am I going to have to just literally just do that, put shades on. I don't expect for everybody to understand this. Only those who are into healing, you know, and you're growing and you're paying attention like I am. I am really paying attention to this, okay? Because when we heal, we absorb the sickness. I'm getting a lot of phone calls from people who are not well, that need healing. A variety of calls, but a lot of calls from people who need healing, people who are suffering with nightmares and things of that nature. I'm still too young to heal, y'all. I think that's for a person, an older person who has gotten to a point in their life where they got one foot in the grave and one foot over him. And they know how to balance that shit out, man. They know how to take that shit, that sickness on them and take it and send it over into the afterlife. That's what I think. That's the best way I can describe it. I say your healers are in them 60s and 70s. Do psychics live very long? How long do psychics live? What's the average life expectancy? I know Miss Cleo was 53. And Sylvia Brown was in her 60s, somewhere like that. So you got to be careful what kind of cases you take, psychics, spiritualists. I'm only talking about the ones who really take this really serious, because some folks thinking, oh, well, I'm good now. I'm good. You better make sure you good. You know what you're doing, what you're getting yourself into. Do you? Hang on, y'all. This time I made sure I touched the right button. So healers do not lay hands. See, I don't even have to lay hands. And I know a lot of folks gonna be like, oh my God, this lady is definitely delusional and she's suffering from grandeur delusions at that. But I really believe in what I do. If you call me and say, Mama, I need this, I really feel like I can do it. So it can't rely 100% on me, you know, because the person that's calling believes just as much. We both really believe, you know, that we can deliver supernatural miracles or supernatural healing, don't we? Excuse me, y'all. Got a piece of chili beans stuck in my tooth. We just believe that. And for the people who don't believe it, if you say, I don't really believe in it or whatever, then there's some other channels out there that you can watch. Okay? So we really believe in that. I really believe in hoodoo and voodoo and Ifa, Santeria, Palo. I really believe. I believe if someone is sick and dying, that a voodoo priest with the power, or voodoo priestess with the power, a nganga, I can't even say it, help me out, a polaro, can go in and make them well. I do believe that there are priests and priestesses that can raise one from the dead. Did y'all see that? Wow. Anyways, y'all probably won't be able to see that on tape, but I saw something very phenomenal just a minute ago. Okay, and so I believe that a priest or priestess can raise you from the dead. Raise the dead! Yes, beautiful. I love to say that. I did a little dance for Papa Legba, where I said, raise the dead. Gosh, I really enjoyed dancing for the Loa, and I'm going to dance more for the Loa. I got to dance for Oya, my mama. Thank you, my love. My daughter, she gave me that. My spiritual daughter, she gave me these. There are 9. For Oya, you know who you are. Hey. So anyways, If you haven't already, I need for you to subscribe. Bye-bye.